Sister Wives billing KODy Brown shockingly reveals if Robyn Brown marriage is in deep trouble amid major red flags. Hello guys, I am Julia. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Sister Wives stars KODy Brown and Robyn Brown just admitted that they're struggling in their marriage. This comes on the heels of KODy's now ex-wives Christine Brown, Mary Brown and Janelle Brown splitting up with him, leaving the patriarch in a monogamous relationship after spending years in a plural marriage with his 4 wives. Christine, Mary, and Janelle grew very unhappy, especially as it seemed KODy preferred Robyn far more than his other wives. Once those 3 left and KODy only had Robyn still in his life, it seemed like he had his desired relationship, but cracks started forming. Sister wives KODy and Robyn Brown admit they're struggling to keep it together in their marriage after Christine, Mary, and Janelle left. ET shared a preview clip from Sister Wives Season 19, which premieres in less than a week and will document KODy and Robyn as they deal with the fallout of Christine, Mary, and Janelle's departures and having to adjust to a monogamous marriage. Throughout the clip, KODy and Robyn speak to the camera in their confessionals and admit that they're struggling to hang on. KODy admits, "Robyn and I are kind of really in a struggling place," while Robyn confesses that they are probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage. KODy's admission comes right after he observes that Christine, who is featured in the clip keeping her distance from her ex at a family gathering, is in a good place in her life being married to David Woolley. That's when he makes the comparison to how he and Robyn are doing now. Robyn Brown forced to stop KODy from sabotaging relationship. Elsewhere in the Sister Wives Season 19 preview clip, Robyn continues to open up about what KODy is going through. He's trying to find someone to blame, and he doesn't know whether he should blame himself or one of the other wives, according to Robyn, who claims that her husband is feeling a lot of rejection at the moment. It's that rejection by Christine, Mary, and Janelle that's causing KODy to question whether Robyn herself will leave. Robyn adds, "He's looking at me kind of going, 'Are you going to reject me too?'" As a result of KODy's apparent frustration with the numerous rejections he's faced in his relationships, Robyn is forced to stay on my toes and to keep ensuring that KODy is not sabotaging our relationship. It's fascinating that both KODy and Robyn admit their relationship's in danger right now. It's been apparent for years that KODy preferred Robyn more than his other wives. Now he's got the opportunity to be only with her, and it's still not good enough for him. While it's a good thing they're admitting to their struggles, the victimhood from both KODy and Robyn is on full display in this Sister Wives Season 19 preview clip. According to Robyn, KODy is trying to place blame somewhere and doesn't know whether he should blame himself or his exes when it's obvious that he's the sole cause of the issues in his relationships with Christine, Mary, and Janelle. He's the reason they left, and if he wants to find the cause of his own unhappiness right now, he needs to look how to watch new Sister Wives 2024 episodes and stream for free. KODy, father and husband, fell in love, then fell in love again and then again. This is the story of KODy Brown, his 4 wives, and their extraordinary family. Be sure to tune in to see the return of Sister Wives, Sunday, September 15 at 10 p.m. ET/PT on TLC. Season 19 of the show will be loaded with drama, as 3 out of KODy's 4 marriages has fallen apart. How to is to Sister Wives online for FR. If you're a cord cutter and don't have cable, you can watch Sister Wives online on any one of the following streaming platforms and get it for free via a trial offer. Follow TV, 7-day free trial. At just $25 a month, this is one of the most cost-friendly streaming services. Fubo TV, 7-day free trial. This service also appeals to the sports fan. DirecTV Stream, 5-day free trial. What channel is Sister Wives on? If you are watching on cable, catch Sister Wives on TLC. You can find which channel TLC is on by using the channel finders here: Verizon Fios, AT and TU-verse, Comcast Xfinity, Spectrum/Charter, Optimum/Altice, DirecTV, and Dish. The highly anticipated season filled with new revelations and heartwarming moments zeroes in on KODy, Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, who continue to share a genuine glimpse into the complexities of their relationships. According to a release on TLC, this season, the family will face the devastating passing of Janelle and KODy's son, Garrison Brown. And through the heartbreaking pain, the family navigates the tragedy and join together to mourn and celebrate his life. Mary takes her recent decision to leave KODy one step further by appealing to their former church for an official release, their version of a divorce. Janelle doesn't need a divorce and is just moving on, which for her means moving away from Flagstaff. Christine has found her soulmate in David. While 3 of KODy's wives have left, his 4th wife, Robyn, remains legally married to him. Now that the Browns have left polygamy behind, Robyn and KODy face challenges together as a monogamous couple and how to adapt to a lifestyle they never planned on living. Sister Wives is produced by Puddle Monkey Productions in association with Figure 8 Films for what I hadn't expected when watching Sister Wives. Sister Wives captures the complicated beauty of my upbringing. Which sister wife are you feeling like today? Luke texts before I even have time to drink my morning coffee. This is his version of a good morning, beautiful text and immediately makes me laugh. With a busy day ahead of back-to-back meetings and working on my thesis, I reply, Janelle for sure will. Christine, of course, he replies. This means he's feeling like himself, the kind of person who would drive 2 hours just to get me a cold brew. Sister Wives, the iconic 19th season and counting TLC reality show, is the source of the new habit Luke and I have formed to help gauge our daily emotional barometers through the lens of each sister wife: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. Janelle represents a career-oriented woman whose family synergy is her North Star. Christine, who self-identifies as a basement wife, represents the glue of the family, the loving homemaker who gets family members to rally for special gatherings. Mary represents the original queen wife in the Brown family who evolves into the comedic relief and an outsider. Robyn represents the new order of the Brown family, known for manipulation veiled as peacemaking to secure new queen wife status. The long-running series follows the polygamous Brown family spearheaded by KODy Brown, his 4 wives, and their 18 children, as they paint a saccharine image of what a progressive polygamous family can look like in the 21st century. The new season premieres Sunday. This It Takes a Village mindset, similar to Christine and Janelle's dynamic in Sister Wives, allowed my mother to build her career while securing free childcare. My aunts, who were also dedicated career women, spent much of their extra time, money, and love raising me. I first heard about Sister Wives years ago from my Aunt Anne-Marie, who, when speaking of the show, became so animated you'd think she was watching the Super Bowl. The only other time I had seen her react so passionately about television was when Phil Leotardo, Frank Vincent, finally got his head run over in season 6 of The Sopranos. Of course, my aunt and I enjoyed The Sopranos because it was comparable to our Italian family's insular mentality, minus, of course, the mob relation and murderous endeavors. Growing up, I was raised as an only child in a loud, loyal, matriarchal family consisting of my mother and her 2 sisters. When my mother got divorced 2 decades ago, she moved back into her childhood home with her 2 sisters for extra support. This It Takes a Village mindset, similar to Christine and Janelle's dynamic in Sister Wives, allowed my mother to build her career while securing free childcare. My aunts, who were also dedicated career women, spent much of their extra time, money, and love raising me. As someone who is a non-religious, nobody will tell me what to do ever New Yorker, the last thing I expected was to relate to the women and children of Sister Wives, who most people assume are KODy's weak subordinates. However, that assumption couldn't be farther from the truth. Once Luke and I decided to watch the first episode in his Bushwick apartment, we were hooked. In Season 5, Episode 2, when KODy and the wives head to parent-teacher conferences, I couldn't help but turn to Luke and say, "Wait, this is literally what it was like for my moms." Then, I went on a tangent about my childhood. Since I was accustomed to playing peacemaker, emotional translator, and referee between my mothers, many scenes on the show felt familiar to me despite not being Mormon. I couldn't help admiring both the early season communal gatherings on Sister Wives and the later season fights between the women because it felt real and dynamic. Over the years, I became acclimated to how my happenstance matriarchal family composition was viewed by society. Most people are fascinated by the all-female household I grew up in, which, of course, didn't come without its emotional rifts and theatrics. Some are confused when I say I have 3 mothers. Curiosity sparks in their eyes about how siblings could live together well into their 50s. Others slip moments of judgment into conversation when they question. So, neither of your aunts or your mom are married. In high school, I read authors Rebecca Traister and Bell Hooks, then wrote rigorously about single women, women who are child-free by choice and different types of love. In college, my research also gravitated toward how television and film construct and regulate the category of woman in the first place. Today, as I watch Sister Wives, I find myself again eager to understand, converse about, and amplify people who are socially invisible and are often on the fringe because of their anything but nuclear lifestyles. With Luke was how it would strengthen our bond and act as a touchstone for my relationships. For much of my life, I didn't dream about being married and sometimes viewed relationships as a weakness. But Sister Wives broke the ideal of monogamous romantic love and captured other versions of love. Today, as I watch Sister Wives, I find myself again eager to understand, converse about, and amplify people who are socially invisible and are often on the fringe because of their anything but nuclear lifestyles. It was some time after KODy revealed he was never attracted to Christine while they were married when I heard Luke scoff, shake his head, and exclaim, "What is his problem?" I couldn't help but laugh and tell him I loved him. It was an emotional episode, and I thought, here's this person who's in touch with his emotions and would follow me to the moon, and he's more engrossed in Sister Wives and its implications than me. Then, there was the season when Mary infamously gets catfished. Luke sided with KODy because he felt he was betrayed by Mary. However, I didn't think it was that simple, seeing how desperately Mary needed a friend to talk to. Don't you see the way he is treating her? Of course she looked elsewhere. She was suffocating. You know what he reminds me of? How poorly my mother was treated in her marriage, I thought. This was one of many moments Sister Wives sparked debate between us. It opened doors for us to critically discuss our relationship to marriage, monogamy, and adultery. Looking back, I see the lines were very blurry for me for where Sister Wives ended and my family dynamic began. I was feeling for Mary what I felt for my mother. The rippling effects a narcissistic partner could have on someone's self-esteem, self-perception, and happiness. I was feeling what my mother must have felt as a content single mother who was still looked down upon. By speaking aloud to the TV and to Luke, I was advocating not only for the wives of the Brown family, but also for my 3 mothers and the struggles they overcame. Constructing an identity through television characters isn't new. Ask any New York woman with an anxious attachment style and a man in finance, and she'll probably tell you she's a Carrie. But using Sister Wives as a personality test presented new challenges, mostly because they were real people with real personalities that evolved dramatically. What did it say about me that I resonated more with the women in Sister Wives than Sex and the City? Was it my upbringing as more of a fourth sister than a child that matured me so far beyond my years? Probably. The more obsessed with Sister Wives I became, I realized I was less in touch with the glamorous tension of being a 20-something and more seduced by the martyrdom and sacrifice I saw play out in the Brown family. I was well-versed at understanding narcissistic parents, non-romantic intimacy, and fears surrounding maintaining self-identity in a relationship more than the serpentine dating scene in New York City. Selfishly, I watched Sister Wives like looking into a crystal ball for answers about how my future would fare. For much of my life, my family felt controversial because the American family unit I knew consisted of a divorcee and 2 single women who were both childless by choice. As a young woman not driven by romantic relationships or religious ideals, it felt somehow controversial to enter into my first monogamous relationship with Luke. Yet, as we watched Sister Wives, I grew more confident in revealing my non-traditional upbringing to Luke and embracing other non-traditional paths to take. As season 19 approaches, Sister Wives looks very different. Divorces, new marriages, new revelations. Sister Wives KODy Brown shares his only regret about the state of his family and his hope for his brood exclusive. There will always be the moment you said, "I wished I would have taken advantage," and there's the regret. KODy Brown tells People Sister Wives KODy Brown is reflecting on his past and future. In an interview with People, the Brown family patriarch explains that after the loss of his and ex Janelle's son Garrison, who died by suicide in March, he has a different outlook on life. Reflecting on what he would have done differently, he admits he has one regret. The only regret is just, take advantage of the time, he says. "I want to go out to dinner again. I want to sit down. I want to have a beer. I want Garrison to try and make me laugh because he was that way. The only regret is just, gosh, I would just do that more often," he adds. Sister Wives Garrison Brown dead at 25, recognizing that he is grateful for the time he spent with his late son. He is now mindful to continue prioritizing loved ones. "Your life is filled with those moments," he says. "I went on a quick trip with my brothers recently and I almost didn't do it. I had something coming up that really was pressing, and I had a brother pass, and I remember having the feeling I needed to go see him beforehand. And so, I went on this trip with my brothers. I went and did it. There was other things that were pressing, and I just said to myself, what if this is the last time?" He recalls. Sister Wives family. Everything to know about KODy Brown, his 4 wives and 18 kids, with so many ups and downs in his life recently. KODy says he says yes more often than before because he doesn't want to have any more regrets. He also has learned to not sweat the small stuff or be too petty in arguments, particularly when thinking back to the dissipation of his marriages to all but one Robyn of his sister wives. There's even the regret of the divorce Mary, Janelle, and Christine. Those divorces and being angry during those divorces, he shares. "Sure, I regret that stuff." Sister Wives Robyn broke down in tears when KODy and Mary officially ended their marriage in front of her. His goal now is to treat life with more delicacy, knowing that people are here who won't always be. "There will always be the moment you said, 'I wish I would have taken advantage,' and there's the regret," he says, later adding, "But see, that's all over now and everybody's healing. And so now we can move forward, and we can just take those steps that create less regret." Looking forward, KODy says he hopes that everyone in his family is happy. Although simple, he explains that he thinks happiness is what makes a good life. People gravitate to where they're comfortable, where they have joy, and where they have enjoyment, the reality TV personality says. "So I just hope that everybody finds happiness. I hope all my children marry and have children," he continues. "That's what I hope, and I hope they find happiness in those places." Sister Wives returns, where the Brown family left off and what to expect this season. The Brown family is making their much-anticipated return to TLC on September 15 with the season 19 premiere of Sister Wives, and based on the trailer, the former polygamists seem more fractured than ever. When we last saw the Brown family, their Coyote Pass land in Flagstaff, Ariz, once the prospective site of their 4 future homes, was still completely undeveloped, and patriarch KODy Brown had been left by 3 of his 4 wives. While season 18 revealed the cracks in all of KODy's relationships, it appears season 19 will explore the fallout of those broken marriages and the deepening divide between KODy and his remaining wife, Robyn. Ahead of the new season's emotionally packed premiere, here's a recap of all that went down with the plural family's members in season 18. Season 18 found KODy at odds with every wife in his family, and on non-speaking terms with many of his 18 children. After his 3rd wife, Christine, spiritually divorced him, KODy was left with 2 estranged wives, Mary and Janelle, and Robyn, his only legal wife. According to KODy's interviews in season 18, the patriarch found himself questioning everything after Christine left him, including his fundamentalist Mormon faith and his other marriages. He also revealed himself to be in a darker, more bitter place than ever before, something echoed by his wives in their own interview footage. KODy's relationships with many of his grown children were also suffering in season 18. During the COVID-19 quarantine, many of KODy's family members found it difficult to adhere to the patriarch's restrictions and guidelines, causing tension between the different households. This was exacerbated by KODy living primarily with Robyn and their children during lockdown, and remaining there beyond the height of the pandemic, causing many in his family to accuse KODy of having a favorite wife in Robyn. Season 18 marked the 32nd anniversary of Meri and KODy, but according to the couple, the relationship had been troubled for decades, long before Meri's catfish scandal. Despite years of estrangement and emotional distance, often only speaking once every couple of weeks, and seeing each other even less frequently, Meri was hopeful the two could reconcile and help keep the plural family together. However, by the end of the season, Meri called it quits on the marriage, deciding it was time to head back to Utah to manage her bed and breakfast. As KODy's first wife, Meri was the only spouse to be legally married to the patriarch for many years. But when fourth wife Robyn entered the family, the two sought a legal divorce, allowing KODy to legally marry Robyn and adopt her children from a previous marriage. Now, neither legally nor spiritually married, Meri is moving on from her plural marriage in the hopes of meeting a new beau. At the beginning of season 18, we saw second wife Janelle moving from her RV on Coyote Pass into an apartment in Flagstaff with daughter Savannah. While visiting this new apartment, KODy got into a heated and televised argument with Janelle, which ultimately led to the couple's separation. The main source of Janelle and KODy's disagreements stemmed from his tense relationship with their sons, Gabriel and Garrison. The two spent the rest of season 18 considering reconciliation, but by the end of the season, Janelle announced that she wanted to remain separated and had no desire to reconcile with KODy, effectively ending their 29-year marriage. In season 18, we saw Christine happily separated from KODy and living in Moab, Utah. After 25 years of marriage to KODy, Christine called it quits in season 17 and moved back to her home state, taking daughter Truly with her. Despite occasionally reconnecting with KODy to discuss co-parenting, Christine had fully removed herself from the plural family in season 18 save for her continuing friendship with sister wife Janelle. During season 18, the show revealed that Christine had moved on romantically from KODy and was dating a man named David Woolley. After the season concluded, a special wedding episode aired, documenting Christine and Woolley's October 2023 nuptials. Based on the trailer, season 19 will backtrack to reveal the early days of Christine and David's relationship. By the end of season 18, Robyn, who joined the family in 2014, was the only remaining wife of KODy, although his fractured relationships with his other wives and their children seemed to be putting a strain on the now monogamous couple. Sister wives. Throughout the season, Robyn was seen mostly in interview footage, often very emotional over the state of the Brown family as she mourned the loss of their plural structure. Despite trying to convince Meri, Janelle, and Christine to stay and work things out with KODy, Robyn was left alone with KODy and their 5 kids in their Flagstaff home. However, news recently broke of the couple listing their home for $1.65 million. Now it seems Robyn must decide what their new monogamous relationship looks like as the two navigate a post-divorce world. According to interviews with KODy in season 18, Robyn is the only wife to remain loyal to him and has never been respected or treated well by members of the family. He also said that Robyn is the only wife he's ever truly loved, and that the requirement of plural marriage forced him to marry women he didn't really love. Despite being Brown and living independently, many of the Brown kids were deeply affected by the states of their parents' relationships, as we saw throughout season 18. Many of the children said that Robyn was the source of their family's unhappiness, not only because of their dad's perceived favoritism toward her, but also because of fallout surrounding her quarantine restrictions. More grandchildren were announced this season too, as Christine's daughter Mykelti shared that she was expecting twins with husband Tony. After the conclusion of season 18, The tragic news broke that Janelle's son Garrison had died after his battle with substance abuse ended in his suicide. While it's unclear if Season 19 will touch on Garrison's death, both Janelle and KODy have made public statements about his death. Sister Wives, KODy Brown shares his only regret following death of son Garrison. Warning: the following post contains discussions of suicide. Ahead of Season 19 of Sister Wives and after the death of son Garrison Brown, star KODy Brown is opening up about what he regrets. The only regret is just take advantage of the time, the TLC reality personality told People in a recent interview. I want to go out to dinner again. I want to sit down. I want to have a beer. I want Garrison to try and make me laugh because he was that way. The only regret is just, gosh, I would just do that more often. Garrison, pictured below, one of KODy's children with ex-Janelle Brown, died by suicide in March at 25 years old. Following that tragedy,